Charles Oliveira is unfazed by Ilia Topuria's trash talk. The two are set to fight at UFC 317 for the vacant lightweight title. Recently, Topuria posted training footage to his social media and told Oliveira to not forget to bring his pillow. Oliveira says when he sees comments like that, he just laughs. In an interview with MMAfighting.com, he went on to say, "I don't like to talk about it because everything we say becomes noise. But I think we're past that already, right? It's 15 years in the UFC. I was just a kid when I first went in there. Everything I say has meaning, right? I'm just a kid among the lions, and now I feel like a lion among the lions. A different lion. A bad lion. Back then, when they thought I was better than them, they said something thinking it would get in my head, and I had a team by my side. The last one said Charles quits, and I went in there and ran him over. Charles has no hands. I went in there and knocked him out. Charles this and that. I went in there and got it done. So many crazy things. If the idea is to keep talking and wondering if they will get in my head, man, I see that and just laugh, you know? These are just so irrelevant that while they talk, I'm training, I'm dedicating. You know me. I'm not the type of guy that has to keep posting, that has to keep talking. I know what I have to do. The fight is on the 28th, so I have to stay focused and ready. I know what I have to do. I have 2 weeks to make it happen. I just have to stay happy, close to the people I love, and training and dedicating. I don't know how to do that, to talk like that. I don't know how to sell a fight like that. It's not my way of promoting. So let me make the money I'm making, because that's the only way I know how to do it. When the cage closes, I know what I have to do. Walk forward, land my hands, and in the end, what matters the most, have my hand raised." Jamahal Hill responded to Khalil Rountree saying that there would be no blood on his face after their fight this weekend.
"I will not have any blood on my face in this fight." I cannot say the same about my opponent, but you can expect that however you see my face right now is going to be exactly the same on Saturday night after the fight. So no blood from me. That's my promise.
Jamahal reposted that clip to his Instagram story. He wrote, "LMAO, okay bro." He followed up with this. It shows Khalil's stats on the official UFC website, showing his average significant strikes landed per minute at 3.73 and his average significant strikes absorbed at 4.51. Jamahal added a thinking face emoji. Jamahal also responded at the UFC Baku Media Day. Here's what he had to say.
If he's not expecting to have any blood, then he's not really ready for war, and he don't really understand what's in front of him. So he can expect that. So whenever I open his face up and he starts to see it, then we're gonna see what he does and how he reacts then. This guy gets hit more than he hits anybody. Like that's literally a stat of his whole career. Like that's a wild statement. That's wild. But you know, he said a lot of delusional things. He's hanging his hat on the fact of, oh, I lasted longer than he did against Pereira. We have other common opponents. One that I knocked out, one that knocked him out. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is. Whatever he has to do to sleep at night, whatever he has to do to get himself up to fight and get himself in there, I'm good with it. It is what it is. He's already made up a fake beef with himself, so he's a weirdo.
Ilia Topuria shared footage of himself undergoing testing ahead of his upcoming fight against Charles Oliveira at UFC 317. According to the results, his muscle mass going into his move to the lightweight division is reportedly off the charts. Ilia posted the footage on X. He wrote, "Final tests. We're better than ever."
Yeah, 32. Great, perfect. And then once it tells us your numbers, if you just stay on there for me. Sends like an electric current through all those electrodes, and it tells us fat mass, fat-free mass, and total body water. Pretty cool.
Hey.
¿Qué te estás haciendo? 50 sombras de Grey.
1.71. To the work that you've done this camp, your skeletal muscle mass, it's literally off our charts.
Not good, huh?
Dustin Poirier's final fight will be against Max Holloway at UFC 318 for the BMF title. The event takes place in New Orleans, and he revealed that fellow New Orleans native Lil Wayne will be walking out with him for his last ride. Speaking to Full Violence, Dustin said as of right now, his guy Mac Main said he's in. It's still a good ways out, so we'll see. As of right now, yes. Renato Moicano says he'd put his money on Kamaru Usman if a fight with Islam Makhachev ever materialized. Following his win over Joaquin Buckley last weekend, Usman expressed interest in facing the winner of the welterweight title fight between Jack Della Maddalena and Islam. Moicano, who previously shared the octagon with Islam, said he didn't feel that Islam was that strong physically and believes Usman's size would be a serious problem for him.
Kamaru said if Islam beats JDM, he said it's the former pound for pound versus the current pound for pound.
I would put my money on the old brother.
Usman?
Usman.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
They're wrestling negates each other, and it's a striking match. And then I think Islam's a better kickboxer.
Brother, he's so much bigger than Islam.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he is.
He did actually tower over Buckley. I was surprised.
Islam, on his last fight, on our fight,
Yeah.
he was lighter than me. He was like 178.
I remember that. He was 2 pounds lighter,
You know,
yeah.
2 or 3 pounds lighter.
Yeah. Who do you think would have more success taking the other guy down?
I think Kamaru Usman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
People gonna crucify me for saying that. I didn't think Islam was that strong. I
Yeah.
think he's a master of technique. The way he got the dark stroke on me, he was putting pressure and then he let the pressure down and he
Yeah.
say, hey, okay, try to escape, motherfucker. Then he got it.
Yeah.
You know? So this is skill.
Joaquin Buckley posted a video to his YouTube channel breaking down his loss to Kamaru Usman and responding to Israel Adesanya. For those who missed it, Izzy posted a reaction video to the fight, and during the fight he kept saying how much he hated Buckley.
I hate this bro. I don't even use the word hate lightly, but I hate this bro. Something about it just annoys me.
Buckley has fired back saying that Izzy isn't a real fighter and that he would fight him anytime. Be sure to go check out Buckley's YouTube channel, links in the description.
And that person I'm talking about, right, he know what it is to take a L, but to say that you hate them and you glad that they lost, you glad that they, you know what I'm saying, didn't achieve their dreams is wild to me, bro. Like, bro, why the you mad at me? What the I do to you? Cause I find it funny how you hating on me. You need to be hating on motherfucker took your belt. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And Izzy. He trying to be funny. Like he trying to use his platform to talk on me. But that really just shows me the potential of my name and how big I'm becoming. Just like when I met his at the PI. And I ran up on him and was like, hey bro, you know, I think we'd be a good fight. That quiet at the time. But see, I'm man enough to come to you to your face. Tell me how you feel to my face though, bro. Instead of being like a you all underneath the covers and man. I hate that sweet motherfucker. Cause I don't know why you on my anyway. You ain't no real fighter. Little, you know, you wanna be a little pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? I will give you a sample, but I don't like boy. And that's 100. You can get this work any given time, bro. I can give it to you. Oh, but I forgot Chinese. You ain't another brother. The real African that runs that spot is DDP. You gonna try to make him like, oh no, you a real African brother. No, DDP is. Cause he's still getting it in where he from in South Africa. But where you at? New Zealand, Australia, America. You don't know who you riding with.
Islam Makhachev's coach Javier Mendez clears up some recent comments he made. Javier said he thought that Islam may have 3 more fights before retiring. He says people took that out of context, and Islam realistically could have 7 to 8 fights left.
People are taking that out of context. I said maybe he fights 3 more times. Not in those exact words that I say that, but I didn't say Islam said. I'm thinking because with Habib and being involved with the father, Habib's father talking about 35 fighters should, you know, quit at that particular time.
35?
Skills at 35. So basically, I'm just assuming that Islam would probably be thinking about retirement at that particular age. So 3 more fights. So I'm thinking, okay, 1 more fight this year. Hopefully we get that fight soon, and then 2 more fights next year, or maybe we only have 1 fight because, you know, with injuries and whatnot. So I said maybe 3. So I mean, realistically, he could have 6, 7, 8 more fights. Depends what Islam wants. It's not what coach wants. He's the driver, not me. So a lot of people took this out and they made it look like, and DC, my own guy, DC made a real good video of it and talking about the age thing, etc., etc. But DC did a really good job of it. And other people are saying, why are you saying he retired? I said, no, I'm not saying he's retired. I'm saying I'm thinking maybe. This is not Islam, this is me. So I don't know. I didn't discuss it with him or anything. I've just assumed that there may be 3 fights, but it could be 6 or 7, it could be 4, it could be any amount. I don't know.
A heavyweight matchup between Curtis Blaydes and Rizvan Kuniev is set for this weekend at UFC Baku. This will be Kuniev's UFC debut. He's won 10 out of his last 11 bouts, with the lone exception being a no contest to Renan Fajeda after testing positive for PEDs. Blaydes has fought the top heavyweights in the UFC, including Tom Aspinall and Francis Ngannou twice. He believes his experience will give him the advantage in this fight.
Well, obviously a little shocked that he wasn't already in the UFC, so this will be his UFC debut. But beyond that, he's got a good record. He's a heavyweight. We all swing heavy. We all hit hard. So it's not like I'm be like, oh, this guy's a bum. No, they're bringing him in to the UFC. They're giving him to me, so he must be someone of note. He doesn't seem like crazy athletic, like I've gone against Aspinall twice, like when I mean like athletic like that. I don't, beyond your standard, just haymakers and heavy shots, I don't see anything crazy. So I've seen almost everything. I've gone against heavy hitters, Derek Lewis, Ngannou, Hunt, Sergey. So like I feel like I'm prepared. I get to take advantage of my experience and wisdom in the octagon. I mean, I'm always looking to protect and to add on to my legacy, and really we all want to win. You get twice as much if you win, so that's really the goal. That's always the goal. The goal is to win, and in doing that, all the other things happen. I defend my ranking, I defend my legacy, and I prove that obviously I deserve higher ranked guys.
Ahead of his fight against Jamahal this weekend, Khalil Rountree reflected on his recent TKO loss to Alex Pereira. The fight was stopped in the 4th round, and Khalil says if Alex didn't put him down, he would have continued fighting, and his face would have been even more mangled than it was. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Khalil said, "First time in my life, I would have never imagined that the outcome of a loss, it was great. I didn't come home with the belt, but I came home with just countless fans and respect from fans around the world. And that, to me, it meant a lot and it means a lot. Even to this day, it's very surprising the amount of fans around the world that were touched by that fight. So it's good. It's very good. Yeah, multiple moral victories. I think that it allowed me to experience the 5-round fight for a title against a guy like Alex. So experience was really the main takeaway in that fight. What an incredible experience, and I learned from it. And just realized, like, okay, I got there, fell a little bit short. I know what it feels like, and it just motivated me to just continue to work hard. I think that I proved to myself how far I was willing to go. Before it was over, had he not put me down with that shot, I would have just kept going. My entire face would have probably been even more mangled than it was. I wasn't going to give up, and obviously, it hurt after emotionally and physically. But I rose up from it because I went through the fire. I think going through the fire really builds character, especially when you know that. I knew that I gave my best, and I knew that there was not one moment in that fight where I was ever discouraged or wanted to quit. It just helped me kind of have some pride, and just like this energy. I got this rock of gold, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can store that, and I can hold on to that for myself. That's for no one else but myself. Rafael Fiziev faces Ignacio Bahamondes this weekend. Fiziev is currently on a 3-fight skid, 2 decision losses to Justin Gaethje, and a TKO loss to Mateusz Gamrot due to a knee injury. He says he doesn't believe Bahamondes has faced anyone like him before, and is expecting fireworks in this matchup.
It's a big risk for him, and I'm sure he not in his on his career he not have people like me, fighters like me. And it's gonna be tough night for him. Technically, it's bone to bone because he like to go forward. I like to go forward, and he's a big guy. I'm a small guy, and if you're small guy fight against big guy, you have to go forward. You have to pressure him. So yeah, it's bone and bone. And when bone and bone meet each other, it's like it's always blood.
Rampage Jackson posted footage of him drinking at a pool bar, and a woman slapped him in the face after he took a shot. He wrote, "After all the dudes I've slapped, I had it coming." new details have emerged regarding Conor McGregor's recent altercation at a nightclub in Ibiza earlier this week. For those who missed it, The Sun released footage showing McGregor inside the club, where he appeared to sucker punch a man twice without any clear provocation. An Ibiza-based entrepreneur, Wayne Lineker, who was present at the time, has since offered some insight into what went down. Lineker identified the man McGregor struck as Joe Gomez, a former employee of his at another nightclub. He claims Gomez did absolutely nothing to provoke the attack and was hit for no reason. In a now deleted Instagram post, Lineker said, "Gomez is my very close friend who has worked at Ocean for 8 years. He has the most special heart, and in all of the years that I've known him, he has never raised his voice once. He took 2 punches from Conor McGregor and Pacha for absolutely no reason. He took the punches like a champion. To say I'm disappointed is an understatement." One of Joe Gomez's friends gave a statement, who was also in the nightclub during this incident. He says, as of right now, Gomez has not mentioned that he will be pressing charges. He said he has worked with Wayne for a long time, and Wayne is very loyal to his staff. Conor had a great deal at Ocean. He got a table and drinks for free. Now that benefit may well be taken away. If you were around Conor in the club and you took your phone out, you'd be told to put it away. I don't know how Joe got that close to begin with. Joe's not said anything about pressing charges or making a formal complaint to the police. He had some time off booked after the incident anyway, but Wayne has been very good at handling it. Joe's fine and there was no injury from the punches. It was obviously a shock, and he feels he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says, "How does Jones have any fans?" The second one says, "UFC needs Ngannou to get that heavyweight division going. Tom versus Francis will be huge." And the final one's from the Only Sane Guy. It says, "Praying for Ben." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.